Hi, I want to briefly go through some of my gear choices for my Kilimanjaro trip, so I'm gonna just go right into that. Starting off, I'm going to be carrying the 6 Moons Design Swift X as my day pack. This is a little bit bigger than probably what they recommend as a day pack on Kilimanjaro. Most of the websites that I've seen have recommended like a 25 to 35 liter pack. This is a 50 liter pack. It's actually my backpacking pack, but it's the lightest weight pack that I own. It's super comfortable. It has a lot of features that I love, and it gives me the capacity to take a few more things with me on the airplane than a smaller pack would. So that's one of the reasons that I'm taking it. It's got super functional hip belt pockets. It's got this big stretchy mesh front that can hold a lot of stuff. Flip it over here, you can see a few more features. It's got this flight vest harness that will allow me to carry water bottles in my front pockets, and I'll get to a little bit more about that. It also holds easy access to a lot of other stuff here in the front. It's got 3 points of contact, which increases the support that it gives you. It's just a super awesome pack all around, and that's why I decided to carry it. In addition to that, I'm using the 1 bottle hydration system, which will be attached to a CNOC bottle that will go in this side water bottle pocket. I've got the 1 liter Vesica bottle there that will attach to that, allow me to drink while I'm on the go. And then got a trusty brow rag there, and cooler cloth, because you can't go anywhere without that. So next, moving on, I'm going to be carrying Sunday afternoons Escape Boonie hat as my sun hat. Nemo Tensor insulated sleeping pad. Now, do note that most companies that you climb Kilimanjaro with will provide sleeping mats. However, as someone who generally sleeps in a hammock and requires a lot of support when sleeping on the ground, I have opted to bring my own insulated inflatable pad, which will most likely be used in addition to the pad that they provide, in order to just have some extra comfort and support and make sure that I'm able to get proper rest on the mountain. I'm also bringing a Sawyer Micro Squeeze, which again I'll be using with the CNOC bottle. And the reason I'm bringing that, because again, the companies that you trek with do filter all your water for you. But I have read in multiple forums that I've been on over the last several weeks that most people prefer to filter their water additionally, just to remove a little bit more sediment and improve the taste. So I'm going to be carrying this filter to be able to do that. Now, we are encouraged to bring enough capacity to carry at least 3 liters of water at all times. So I'm bringing the 1 liter Vesica, 2 1 liter Nalgene bottles, and then this small 500 ml Nalgene bottle, which will be used. I can carry this in one of those front pockets on my pack that I mentioned, and it's also great for mixing electrolytes in, which I expect to be doing every day. I'm bringing Lakey trekking poles. Picked these up at the REI sale over the weekend, over Labor Day weekend. These are the Lakey Legacy Light, and I like them because they have the cork handles. I also have been using for the last couple of years the Lady Legacy Light, which is essentially the same pole. It's just different colors. For my sleep system, one of the things that we are expected to provide on our own for the company that I'm using is a sleeping bag. I, as a plus size woman, do not like sleeping bags. They are constricting. It's rare that I can find one that actually fits my body, that will zip around me and not cause the down to be compressed. So I haven't used a sleeping bag in years, but I have decided that I will be using this Microgrid fleece sleeping bag liner from Jacks Are Better, in addition to my 0 degree Jacks Are Better Big Meadows top quilt. Now, this quilt was made especially for me for this trip by the really awesome folks over at Jacks Are Better. It's got a couple of features that don't necessarily come standard on these quilts, but that you can have as add-ons. One of those is a sewn foot box. They do recommend sewn foot boxes on anything in the 0 degree range or warmer, so it's got that sewn foot box. It is made with ultralight 1000 fill power down, and I expect it to be, along with the microgrid fleece that I'm going to be carrying here, plenty warm enough for those cold nights, especially getting close to summit night. And then just a couple of other random things that I'll be carrying. Bringing 2 battery banks. This should be enough capacity for me to be able to charge up my phone and any other electronics for the full 7-day trek. And a travel adapter, which this will not actually be going with me on the mountain, but it is going with me to Tanzania because I'll need it to be able to charge my devices at the hotel before we go. And that, folks, is just a quick rundown of what actual technical hiking and trekking gear that I'll be bringing on this trip. You might have noticed that there isn't a tent or any kitchen or cooking equipment, and that's because I'll be traveling with Monkey Adventures, which is the operator for this trip, and they will be providing tents, sleeping mats, any other trekking gear that we might need that I haven't mentioned, and they will also be providing cooks, mess tent, tables, cooking gear. They'll be cooking for us 3 meals a day, which is a really, really different type of backcountry experience than what I'm used to, so it's going to take some getting used to, kind of letting someone else do those things for me because I'm used to doing all that myself. The other thing that's kind of weird about this trip is that we have a toilet crew, and they will be carrying toilets up the mountain for us, which I can't even wrap my head around. So I guess I'll see what that all involves once we get there and try to take some videos and get some information out there because, again, this is super new to me and I've never done anything like this. So it's going to be a learning experience, and I hope that I can share it with you. Thanks. Bye. Hi, I'm just going to go over my clothing choices for this Kilimanjaro trek that I've got coming up. I'm going to jump right into that and show you guys some of what I'm going to be using on the hike. I'm going to start with what I plan on sleeping in. First of all, I have this Thermal Tech Crew from Eddie Bauer and these fleece camp pants from the REI Trailmade collection. That combined with the sleeping bag and fleece bag liner that I showed you guys in the last video ought to be enough to keep me warm at night. I guess we'll see. I still really don't know exactly what to expect as far as temperatures go throughout this trip, so we're going to keep our fingers crossed. For my first couple of days of hiking, I will be wearing my standard Lightheart Gear hiking dress with the Avia 6-inch inseam bike shorts underneath. I'm bringing 2 pairs of shorts to be able to swap out during the first 2 to 3 days of the hike. After that, I'll probably be switching to leggings. I'll show you those in just a second. And then my outfit for the remaining few days of the hike, days 4, 5, and probably 7, I will be alternating out between 2 hiking tops and a pair of hiking leggings. I've got the REI lightweight quarter zip base layer here. That's one of my standard hiking shirts, and this is what I plan to wear most likely on summit night. And then I've got the Duluth dry fit merino blend long sleeve top, and that's what I plan to hike in for those remaining days. So my outfit for days 1 and 2 and possibly part of day 3 will be the dress and shorts, and then moving into days 4 and 5 will be the Duluth Dry and Mighty and a pair of my favorite Columbia Weekend Adventure leggings. Now for summit morning or summit night, which will be we'll start about midnight on the 6th morning, and for that I plan to wear on top the REI synthetic base layer, and I've got the Smart Wool quarter zip plus size merino wool base layer here as well. And then on top of that, I plan to wear either my Lightheart Gear fleece dress or my regular length Melanzana fleece. I'm still kind of deciding which of these 2 items that I'm planning to take on this trip, but I'm leaning toward the Lightheart Gear. Additionally, I will have my Eddie Bauer puffy, and I also have an Eddie Bauer rain shell that I can take for additional protection or in case we get any wet weather. For summit night, on the bottoms, I will wear another pair of my Columbia Weekend Adventure leggings. So I'm taking 2 pairs of leggings. This pair will be for like days 4 and 5. This pair will be for days 6 and 7. And then I have those tops. And then additionally, I've got the Smart Wool plus size merino base layer leggings that I can add to my summit night outfit if I need extra insulation. I can also wear those underneath the fleece camp pants if I need extra warmth for camp for sleeping at night. And then my top layer will be this wind and water resistant fleece lined Guide Pro joggers from Eddie Bauer, which are phenomenal. So that kind of pretty much outlines all the clothes that I'll be bringing. Should have unzipped this here before I started the video, huh? And these are, I've got a couple of these Hyperlight pods that I use to pack small items in and keep everything organized. But additionally for summit night, I'm bringing a pair of fleece Polartec gloves. Those are just basic REI brand, and Smart Wool merino wool glove liners to be worn underneath those. And then I've got the minus 33 expedition weight balaclava. And Black Rock Gear down beanie. I won this in a giveaway a long time ago, and this thing is phenomenal. It's fleece lined on the inside, so hopefully all that'll keep me nice and toasty on summit night. I hear the weather can be absolutely frigid. Still a little on the fence about what exactly to expect for that. Now, you might notice that there's like kind of a lot of other stuff in here. We are encouraged to bring at least one pair of socks per 2 days of this trek, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that the conditions are often very dusty. Your socks can really get crusted in dust, and in order to keep your feet healthy, they recommend more socks. So what I'm bringing is one pair of a heavier weight Darn Tough wool sock. These are going to be my camp socks, and then also probably my summit night socks to wear whenever we actually hit the summit, because they're a little bit thicker. And then I have 3 pairs of regular lightweight with cushion hiking socks that I typically and love to wear. All 3 are by Darn Tough. I am bringing 1 extra bandana, 4 pairs of underwear, a buff. This is a regular weight buff, and then a thermal tech buff to provide additional warmth if needed at night or on summit night. So those are the small items that I'm going to be bringing. And then finally, I'm going to come up here to shoes. So I'm actually going to be summiting on summit night wearing these Ultra Lone Peak hikers, which give a little bit extra support. They have more leather on the upper to give a little bit more protection against rocks and scree and things like that. And they also are a little bit warmer. These are not insulated shoes, and I've chosen not to hike in insulated or waterproof boots because I don't want my feet to sweat. But they are a little bit warmer than regular Lone Peaks. However, I will be wearing my regular Ultra Lone Peak 6s that I hike in all the time for the vast majority of this hike. Those are not pictured here. And finally, I'm just bringing a pair of Crocs for camp shoes. Some people don't choose to bring camp shoes for this hike, but my favorite part of the day is taking my shoes off at the end of the day, so it felt super important to me to be able to have that. All of this stuff, in addition to the gear that I won't be carrying in my day pack, will be going in this Mountain Hardwear 95 liter duffel, which admittedly here I was thinking that 95 would be too much, but after packing it, it does seem like this is maybe the right size bag. I still really think that I could have probably fit all my gear in like a 60 liter, but they recommended 80 to 100, so that's what I bought. All of this that goes in this bag will be carried by my porter. It includes any of this clothing that I am not wearing on the day hike, as well as all of the gear that I'm taking for camping, such as my sleeping bag and sleeping pad. And that will all be carried by a porter. It has to be under 33 pounds. So that's what I'm working on, keeping my weight limit at. I don't know how a 95 liter bag is supposed to be under 33 pounds, but we're getting there. And I forgot to put this in the grid, but I'm also bringing the Thermarest Airhead Light pillow. This is a small, super packable pillow. I actually won this as an Instagram giveaway, but it's turned out to be one of my favorite pieces of gear. Super small, blows up, you can adjust the firmness of it. It's got a soft side, but I usually put a buff over it, kind of like a pillowcase to protect it and also to be a little bit softer on my head. So that's kind of the last little piece of gear that I needed to add. And that's the clothing that I'm going to be taking on Kilimanjaro. I'm still tweaking this just a little bit, and this could change some as I continue to pack. And even maybe once I get to Kilimanjaro, I might change my mind about a few things. Or once I get to Tanzania, get down to Moshi. So I'm just taking what I think I'll need and taking a couple of extra things that I haven't fully made up my mind on, and we'll see what my kit ends up being in the long run. Thanks. Bye.